Hey guys, Barcodepez, and today we are going to go through my top 10 favorite boss monsters. Now, the rules of this were pretty much, I decided I was not going to do synchros, I was not going to do XYZs, I will save that for another video of my favorite synchros and my favorite XYZs, but for now it's going to be my top 10 favorite boss monsters. And you may be seeing the favorite Cerberus right now, but that's just to hide my top 10. So without further ado, let's go on with the top 10. Now, another rule I had was it had to be for a specific deck type. Like, it couldn't just be random ass cards like Monarchs or anything like that. It had to be for specific deck types, or generally for what the card did in general. So at number 10, we have Obelisk the Tormentor. The reason this is at number 10 and not higher is because he's not my favorite boss monster. This is my personal opinion on what I think is my favorite one. This guy has got an okay effect in the factor of he cannot be targeted and stuff like that. It makes him incredibly strong. In fact, he's 4,000 as well. But he just doesn't cut it for me. I do like him just because he's an Egyptian god, but, you know, he's not near, he's still in the top 10 of my favorite boss monsters. Number 9, the Wicked Avatar. The reason I like this card so much is because I started running this in my Frog Monarchs instead of Obelisk the Tormentor. And I figured, you know, this guy's a lot better in his own way, and he's a black ball, for fuck's sake. What is more awesome than a black ball? Now, at number 8, we have Venom Naga, the deity of poisonous snakes. Now, you may be questioning, you know, why is this here? Because this girl has a dumbass effect, whose effect is so fucking dumb, but it cannot really be played in competitive environment because there is no reptile deck which is very consistent. And that's really sad because this fucking woman will literally fuck you up the butthole. If she does damage to you 3 times, you lose, pretty much. And that really fucking sucks. And she's scary as shit. You would not want a hand job from this woman, I can tell you that. Now, obviously, seeing as there's boss monsters, we're going to move on to 7 now. And obviously, there's going to be Master Hyperion. You may be wondering, why is Master Hyperion at number 7? Because he's not the best. He's okay. I think he's better than the other ones because he's kind of generic in that way. And the factor of he follows the agents, and the agents are pretty good in themselves. But he doesn't pose as much problems as other cards, like, for instance, Archlord Christia. Some people don't consider this a boss monster. I like to think it's a boss monster purely because of the factor of its attack and its level and its fucking dumbass effect. Its effect is so stupid, it gives so much trouble to fucking everything. And that's why it's in my top 10 of boss monsters, because I think this guy is a motherfucking boss in his own motherfucking way. If this guy comes out, you know shit is going down. So, at number 5, we're at the halfway mark. No, we're not. Christy is the halfway mark. He's number 5. Now, for number... Am I sure about that? I don't know. Yeah, fucking Plasma is number 5. The reason Plasma is number 5 is because of its effect again. Its effect to negate all effects your opponent's monsters control is just ridiculous. And the fact that you can special summon him just by tributing 3 monsters. And you may say, yeah, but that could be hard, but not with a fucking Scapegoat. And most people will argue, yeah, but you can't tribute someone with Scapegoat. Yeah, but Plasma isn't a tribute summon. Plasma is a special summon, and that's what makes him better than Obelisk and the Wicked Avatar, in my opinion, just because of that effect. And the fact that he can take your opponent's monster and just, you know, put it to his own means he can beat Obelisk in that sense. He negates his effect, and then he can take him, so yeah. That is what makes Plasma in the top 5, because he is a boss in general. This guy is fucking huge, and you don't want to mess with this guy because he will fuck you in your asshole with that massive claw. Now, number 4 is more of a sentimental thing. It's something I remember from my early days of playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Or getting into it again when I was trying to get competitive, and that was back when I was running my Dark Worlds. And that is Assault Mode Stardust Dragon. This thing gave me so much fucking trouble, and I still think it gives people trouble. Purely because of the fact of it's a free Cape Eater at first, and then it can negate anything it fucking wants, which is even stupid. And if it's destroyed, it can special summon a fucking Stardust. So, it's good. It's really fucking good in that factor. And 3k is really powerful, especially for this format, because there's not many monsters which actually have over 3k, apart from Star Eater, that are being used. But obviously it has the weakness of its special summons itself, so it's weak to Vanity's Emptiness, it's weak to Ophion, it's weak to a lot of things. But this has sentimental value in the factor of when I first started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Or trying to get back into it competitively, my friend kept dueling me with his Dragoonity Assault Mode deck, and this kept coming out every fucking first turn, just boom, 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 and I couldn't get rid of it. And that's why it is in the top 4. Now, number 3 is Judgment Dragon. Obviously, this is going to be in the top 3. This boss monster is one of the most known boss monsters. It is one of the fucking greats of the boss monsters, but it is in the top 3 slot purely because of the factor of it doesn't exactly have that good of a summoning condition. Its effect is amazing. I think it's fucking awesome. Obviously, you know, the summoning condition isn't that bad. You have to have 4 or more Lightsworn monsters with different names in your grave. That's very easy for a Lightsworn deck, but he doesn't make it into the top 2. He makes it to top 3 just purely because of the factor of he's a 3k beater, and he can blow up the field just for 1,000 life points. He's very easy to summon, but still, he doesn't quite make the top 2. Now, number 2. Not many people will agree with this, but this is one of my favorite boss monsters, and I think I've said it before, and it is Fire King High Avatar Garunix. Now this thing, I thought this effect was the dumbest effect known to man. The fact that even if it's Solemn Warninged, or fucking Trap Hold, or fucking whatever, if it's destroyed by anything, it just special summons back in the standby phase and blows up the field. Not too bad, you may say, but it really is. And especially when they have 2 Garunixes going off at the same time. That means their effects happen in a chain, one Garunix stays on the field, but the other one dies. So the next standby phase is going to blow the other one up. So, essentially, you are blowing up your opponent's side of the field every single fucking standby phase. And that is what makes this guy stupid. This is what makes him a lot better than Judgment Dragon in my opinion, just because he can constantly have a loop with himself, how he just keeps blowing up the field, so it really puts pressure on the opponent, just the fact of it doesn't matter what you're going to do, I'm just going to come back straight away and fuck your ass up. Now, number 1. Many will say this is a biased opinion, but I think this is the most broken boss monster in the whole of Yu-Gi-Oh! This format. But the thing is I don't consider Exceeds or Synchros boss monsters, only because I like to think that boss monsters are in fact effect monsters, because that is what I've grown up with. I've grown up with the idea that effect monsters who have high attacks and stupid ass effects are boss monsters, and this is why my top 10 number 1 boss monster is, in fact, the one, the only, the amazing, the guy who is confused on his own race, Grapha, Dragon Lord of the Dark World. He's kind of thinking to himself, am I a dragon or am I a fiend? But he doesn't give a shit, because if he dies, he comes straight back. But, you know, you may argue, oh, but he doesn't have that much good effect as Garunix. But the reason I think Grapha is a lot better than Garunix is because his effect is fucking stupid. Discard me from the hand, blow up something on the field. Cool. That's better than Garunix in its own way, because if you're going against Evil Swarms, this can tackle Ophion, Garunix cannot. So that's what makes Grapha the little bit better, and also the factor of he just returns a Dark World to the hand to special summon himself. You can't chain Maxi to the Return of the Dark World because that's just the summon. Now, that's the inherent summon. That's how he summons himself. And getting Grapha to the grave is not exactly a difficult task for a Dark World player. So, Grapha, in my opinion, is the best boss monster in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! If you believe anything else, please leave a comment. I did consider a lot of cards for this. I actually had a full page of cards, level 10 monsters and things like that, and I was just going through them all and what I think is the best boss monsters, or what I think are my favorites. This is a mixture between my favorites and the best. These 3 are by far the best boss monsters in the game, which are effect monsters in my opinion. But Grapha, in my opinion, just takes it. He takes it just because of the factor of he's a constant 2-7 beater. You can argue the same that, you know, Garunix is that, but you know what? Grapha, it doesn't matter if he's blown up by a card effect. It doesn't matter if he's destroyed by battle. He can come back. The problem with fucking Garunix is he has to be destroyed by a card effect. That's not always going to happen, but, you know, most of the time it does. At least with Grapha, if he's destroyed by battle, we can just bring him back next turn. So that's my top 10 list, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and also leave comments on what you what your top 10 favorite boss monsters are, and I'll get back to you with another top 10 list. My next top 10 list will be my top 10 synchros. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As I said, please leave a like and comment, and please subscribe, and I'll get back to you with some more amazing videos. Goodbye, guys.